Hey everybody, once again, welcome to Sneaker Stories. Today I'm going to be talking to you about some more sneakers that I own and enjoy. Again, the idea of these sneaker stories are to share with you sneakers that I have in my collection that I've purchased and continue to own because I enjoy them, because I think that sneakers are one of those kind of things where it's highly individual and it's about enjoyment. And I think for most of us, at least for me, it's kind of like a childhood type feeling where like you can enjoy something from younger years as you get older and are able to acquire more of these things without going overboard. Of course, don't overdo it, but enough that you can actually enjoy. Today's sneaker I'm going to be sharing with you is I think something I haven't seen before. I really haven't seen very much of on YouTube and other places. It's a New Balance model. It's a made in England model, and it's an unusual colorway. It is the New Balance 1530, made in England. This sneaker I saw here in Japan on Rakuten, which is, if you're not familiar, is a big online retailer in Japan. It was being sold by a famous sneaker store in Shibuya, Tokyo, called Worm, for a very good price. And I think part of that may be due to the fact that the color is a bit unusual, but for me that was kind of a plus, not a negative. The purple, green, navy blue, and then the light blue in the heel I think are really eye-catching and different. I like New Balances a lot because of the quality materials, which this definitely has. The suede is really nice, as you would expect. And one thing I would agree with on some people's criticism of New Balances, they tend to be a bit, they can be old man shoes sometimes. I suppose I am an old man now, mid-50s and everything. Technically, I earned my New Balances, although I did have them, of course, when I was a kid, 1970s in Massachusetts, because New Balance is a Massachusetts brand. But when I do pick up New Balances, I do have grays. You can see behind me I've got a couple pairs of grays. But I do like to have colors. New Balance offers some really interesting color combinations, and I really like that, and it gives it a kind of fresh kick that you don't get so much in other brands. And it's kind of a bit of a dichotomy that New Balance offers this kind of fuddy-duddy old style sneaker for older people, but in kind of bright and vibrant colors. That's very much the opposite of that. And this 1530 from made in England is one of those. It's a really great shoe. Some of the things I like about it is the shape is very sleek. It has a very nice tapered toe. Without being too tight for me, I have wide feet, but these accommodate me just fine. I have no problems or complaints with these at all. The 1530 is also a bit of a softer version, I think, in the sole wise than the typical 1500. 1500 I've heard from people. I do not have one any. I've heard from people that are a bit uncomfortable. The sole's very hard. These 1530s have REVlite soles. I think you can read on the bottom here. Yep, REVlite. And REVlite tends to be rather soft and also very lightweight, which makes it a really nice sneaker to own. Soft plus lightweight, but without being too soft. They don't break structure at all. They do maintain their composure really nice. It's got enough suede paneling in addition to the mesh to keep its structure really nicely. The inside has the usual nice kind of soft feltish liner. I do have a shoe tree holding this together right now. The insole's not much to look at anyways, of course, on these sneakers. But it's a very comfortable shoe. It's probably not the most comfortable shoe I have, but it's very comfortable. And it's really uniquely stylish. That I really like. I have never seen anybody with a pair of these walking around here in Tokyo, which is interesting considering Tokyo is like New Balance Central. I mean, Tokyo is where New Balance was popular when New Balance wasn't popular anymore, and had a resurgence which then blossomed out in other countries back into the US later on. But Japan, you find so many New Balances, but I have never seen the 1530s in this color combination. I've seen 1500s. I see 1600s and 1700s, I think, quite popular here as well, especially leather and typical gray, but not 1530s. Made in England. This was my first made in England shoe. Let's see, you can read a little bit. This is made in England in there. Yeah, just barely. Sorry. But the quality is definitely there. I think made in New England, made in New England, made in New England, of course. Made in England shoes can be a bit hit or miss sometimes, quality-wise. And I don't mean that really in a bad way. It's just more like you can get loose threads in the stitches and things like that. Nothing major. It's just some things you gotta check on. And this had none of that. It was pretty much perfect right out of the box, which was nice, especially considering it was a shoe that had been sitting on the shelf for quite a while. It was essentially dead stock. But I was fortunate to be able to find this and pick it up in my size, which is 29 centimeters. An unusual size here in Tokyo. Maybe that's why I was able to find it, because not a lot of people of my foot size walking around. As I mentioned, it is not a wide shoe. I think it's an SL1 last, but it's wide enough for my foot. It's very comfortable. I have no complaints about wearing this around. And it's a right balance of, I think, style, softness, and support that I look for in a shoe, and that brings me joy and happiness. And that's why it's in my collection, stays in my collection, and I continue to wear and enjoy it. So 1530, as far as I will say, if you find one, you're interested in it, try them on, give them a go. As far as comfort, I feel they're quite comfortable. They're very definitely up there in the upper echelon of the older style sneakers. They're not new tech, of course, but that you're not looking at a shoe like this because you want a new tech. There's plenty of other shoes for that, but it's more than comfortable enough for daily wear. It has a really unique style. It has a flair with these colors that I really like, and little detail touches like the perforations here on the rear heel cup. That's really, really nice as well. Like I said, the different purple mesh and the green suede and the navy blue suede and everything like that, purple suede. Just a really fun shoe. Very happy I picked it up. If you can find something like this, I would recommend going for it. I mean, if it's not outside your budget and something you're interested in, I wouldn't hesitate. 1530, unusual, but a very fun shoe. I would rate this like a 7.5, maybe out of 10. And again, that's always relative to all my other shoes I have in my collection. So keep that in mind when I do give my ratings. But fun shoe, great styling, great quality, great comfort, really fun all around. And that's what I look for in shoes, because for me, shoes are fun, and I think they should be for everybody. And if you're not having fun with your shoes, and put them on, get out there, wear them, enjoy them. Life is short. Enjoy the things that you do, and don't let anybody tell you you can't. All right, until next time, take care, guys. Bye-bye.